everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Entertainment only. Okay, a bit hard to come back down to earth after that previous reading. I've got myself a light, so just let me know how you find it. Still experimenting, and a lot of you commented on the beautiful artwork there. That's an artwork, it's an original. Painted for me for my 50th birthday, which was quite a few years ago, by the artist Valerie Maud. Pardon me, sorry about that. It's a miserable old cold day outside at the moment. Painted for me by Valerie Maud, M-A-U-D-E. I have quite a number of her works, and they will eventually get hung up around the house. Beautiful artist, and she has a Facebook page called Maud's Madhouse if you are interested. But otherwise, just Google Valerie Maud and you'll see her artworks that can be shipped to anywhere in the world. Okay, what do I want to have a look at? Okay, back down to earth, into my skin being again. A beautiful viewer has asked me to have a look at what's happening in Alberta, Canada, with Danielle Smith. Now, Danielle Smith was elected to the position in 2022, which was still in this really divisive period in the US. So she's a reflection of that. She's a wannabe Trump, Timu Trump type person. Very much about privatising everything, including healthcare and education. And what's happening in Alberta at the moment is that we're pretty much having, again, a symptom of the regime versus the people tussle going on. So I believe the teachers have been on strike since the 6th of October regarding the government funding, the government lack of funding for public education, and at the same time while increasing funding for the privatised education and privatised health. This is the provincial government, what we would call a state government here. So what's happening is the Smith government is trying to force legislation through to force teachers to return to work. I believe there was a protest of about 30,000 in Alberta, which is a pretty good number. And they all bought potatoes to the protest to form a big pile of potatoes. And I think it was about 3,700 pounds, close to 1.68 tonne or what, I don't know. I've probably got that completely wrong. A lot of potatoes. The reason why they bought the potatoes is that Smith had basically said there's more than one way to peel a potato. In other words, more than one way to skin a cat to justify the cuts to education or public education and public health. 60% of Albertan residents do not support this current government. I'm surprised it's not more, but anyhow. And there is the potential for a general labour strike happening in Alberta as allied unions and associations such as the healthcare and workers' unions, etc., are considering going out on strike as well. So I just want to see how it's going to go. This is very much, as I said, regime versus the will of the people, what's best for the people. Smith is very much about privatising. I believe there have been investigations that were shut down in regards to corruption. Doug Ford's another one. Do not be fooled by Doug Ford. He's a slippery character and very good at aligning himself up with public opinion. Doug Ford is all about Doug Ford. So the fact that he's aligned himself with Gavin Newsom in the anti-tariffs, etc., just means that he's reading the room. But he's another one that's, had some very dubious dealings in the past and is very much about what's best for Doug Ford. But Danielle Smith is doubling down on the privatisation of essential services, And oh, that's the recycling truck going past if you hear some crashing and bashing. Okay, so I want to see, is there going to be entertainment only? Is Alberta going to go out on a general strike? Is there going to be a general labour strike? Tell me about the Albertan people versus the regime. I'm going to have a look from the side of the people, and then I'll have a look from the side of the regime. How is this, what's going down in Alberta? How is this going to play out? Smith is very much a Pierre PP supporter type person, and he's losing favour hand over fist. Tell me about, oh, okay, thank you. Because I was just talking about it, they've said do Smith first. So when they stopped the shuffling, I heard Smith. So come on down, let's have a look. Now, I haven't got the overhead light on because I didn't want the shine off the cards, but you know, this is all new to me. So please, if you're finding the light's not quite right, I'm happy to adjust. How's it going to go for Smith? It's not going to go well. Do I need to read any further? Implosion, tearing down of what was, the crown being shattered off the top here, finding herself falling. It's not going to go well for Smith. This regime versus the people. She's got herself up in this ivory tower, just further to fall. Okay, challenge is the Seven of Swords. The lying and the stealing. That's the challenge for Smith, is her deviousness. I'm just going to turn that off and see if it makes a difference to the light there. The challenge for Smith is her, I'm just going to say, is her deviousness. I'll try that back on again. Again, let me know. It's all new to me. Oh. So we've got the Seven of Swords, the challenge, the trying to steal, the fox and the henhouse energy, trying to steal from the people to give to the private sector. Yeah, it's going to be her undoing. Okay, she's in this gilded cage, feathering her own nest, not listening to public opinion. So this is the energy that she's stewing in at the moment. She's very much, you know, this is what I'm doing. I'm not listening to public opinion. It's all about, you know, I'm going to say feathering her own nest, living a life of luxury and just ignoring. Okay, see where we go. In the past, the Strength card. So she was seen as a strong female figure, but it's in the past. Chained herself to the orange. Yeah, but her strength is in the past. There's nothing really to say about that. And she's looking back into the past, possibly regretting, no, not regretting, wistful for the strength that she had. The Page of Wands, a messenger, a diminished message that's coming forward. So I think she's going to stand firm on her stance on this, but her message is diminished. There will be an announcement that comes out. Okay, the immediate future, the Temperance card, trying to spin the story, trying to create alchemy. I just get she's going to try and spin, but you know, you've got fire and water, the two will never mix. The water either extinguishes the fire or the fire turns the water to steam. She's trying to spin it, but it's just not going to work. Externally, again, you know, you've got this gilded cage here, and those that are out in the cold. I'm just going to say entertainment only, but I don't think she cares less about the people themselves. It's all about her wealthy overlords and her own wealth. Internally, though, unexpected message coming out of left field for her. I think the people are going to speak, and it's going to be, so this figure's looking backwards, this figure's looking forwards. I think the message is going to be unexpected for her. She thinks that she can pull it off, but I don't think she's going to be able to. Three of Swords, heartbreak, loss, despair, betrayal, deceit, anguish, treason, all of the above, the swords through the heart. Right, the outcome for Danielle Smith, sorry, not Steele, Danielle Smith. Danielle Steele is the author. The Sun card, fully exposed. The Empress, perhaps connections to Russia, and a false victory here. Something's going to be exposed here that she really does not want revealed about vote flipping, perhaps. It's also about doling the money out and the foolishness of it. Right, reading it another way, the Sun card, full exposure, something being exposed. The Empress, seeing herself as the abundant giver and claiming victory in regards to that, but it's pennies on the dollar. Might be a pennies on the dollar offer to the teachers. That she has made the offer to pay for $30 a day for childcare or something for children 12 and under to parents as a form of bribery. But I mean, $13 a day doesn't go anywhere near paying for childcare. And you've got the Fool. And then the Page of Swords. 3 pages. Page of Swords, a whistleblower coming forward and having to accept defeat with that 9 of Wands. I'm just looking at the bottom. The bottom was waiting for her ship to come in. The 4th page, an opportunity, a lot of messaging, but legal action that's going to change everything. She's going to be stopped. Manipulation and infighting. And then a cleansing. Okay. I don't see her demise so much here, but these are not good cards for her. Okay. Is Danielle Smith going to have to compromise? Is she going to be forced? Is her party going to be forced to back down on their education cuts and healthcare cuts? Very much pushing the privatisation of health and education, which we know does not work. Are they going to be forced to back down? Battle of wills is what I'm getting. Okay, thank you. I'm seeing she's caught between the wealthy donors or the wealthy behind the scenes that want the privatisation and the anger of the people. So which way is she going to go? Which way is her party going to go? Her and her party going to go? Right, ending of the government. You've got the Emperor, you've got the Lovers, you've got a harsh truth coming forward and finding themselves entrapped by the messaging. So something about these alliances that is going to end her government. Walking away, 10 of Swords, a lot of information coming out. Yeah. And if I go to the top, full exposure and oligarchs and all about money. There's going to be some information that comes out about connections with wealthy backers that is going to be her undoing. Okay. So I don't get the, oh, what have we got here? Oh, the Chariot and the Moon card. So trying to move forward for that as this like Queen Cleopatra. We know how that ended for her, and then secrets being revealed. A lot of major arcana here. Okay, and nightmare situation. Nightmare situation, Ace of Swords, the truth coming out, and forced to retreat as I'm putting these back and seeing particular cards flipped over. So I think she's going to be forced to retreat from this position. Oh, there's Spotty Dog coming in. Come here for cuddle. Come on. There he is. Yeah, here's my Spotty Dog. You've got a little rug there that you can have a snooze on if you want. She's going to be, the party's going to be forced to backtrack, I think, from their position. And got to have a Spotty Dog. Oh, can't see. There he is, having a snooze on the rug. Okay. Having a snooze on the rug with his mum. I think she's going to be forced to retreat from the position, but only because certain connections are going to be exposed. So let's have a look. How's it going to go from the people? Oh, the deck is the Gilded Tarot Royale. How's this standoff going to go from the side of the people, the voters, the citizens? How is this going to go? This standoff. Let's have a look. How is this standoff going to go? Right, Knight of Swords charging into battle. Could be rash, but charging into battle with their sword of truth held aloft. Challenged by the Eight of Wands. A lot of headlines coming out very quickly. There might be some negative advertising that comes out from the government. Not some. There could be a lot of negative advertising come out from this particular government. But there is this light being shone on it. The energy stewing in at the moment, the Tower card. Well, that's what Smith had as her signifier. This is the people, the Tower, tearing down, the energy they're in, tearing down this regime. So because it was Smith's signifier, it belonged to her. When it's here, this is the energy that the people are in, tearing down this government. In the past, mercenary actions, money. In the past, could also be solid, dependable movement forward, reliable movement forward in the past, but it feels like sort of more like being attacked by the mercenaries. Okay, crowning this reading, taking control, the Emperor taking control. The immediate future, Ten of Wands, not going to be easy, absolutely, but it is about bringing an ending to the chaos of what was. It's going to be a hard slog, but I think you can make it. Let's have a look, because you've got the Ace of Swords on your side in regards to the higher authorities, the government. This is the people. The hopes and fears is this announcement. Smith had it up here. Some sort of announcement's going to come out, but it is a diminished announcement. Got a walking away. So 3 cups spilt. Walking away. Wanting to go back to what was when education and health were fully funded. And then the Moon card, secrets being revealed that will bring about, and there's that Ten of Swords put back randomly. Again, feeling like there are secrets that are going to be revealed that feels like just stabbed in the back over and over. This is the people, the Ten of Swords. Inability to harvest with that Seven of Pentacles, having to watch the budget. I think this might drag on for a bit. And looking after each other as we go through this fading misogynistic energy and a collective awakening. I'm just going to say a statewide strike is what I'm getting there. A statewide strike. Okay, I think this is going to, it is very much going to be a battle of wills that will drag out. So forewarned is forearmed. Squirrel away what you can. Don't spend what you don't need. Because I think it's going to, A is not going to get paid. It's going to extend out is what I'm getting there. But the people have right on their side. Is this, what I want to ask, is this going to force the Alberta province government to an early election? What are we, 2025? I don't know how often you have yours, but the last one was 2022 when Smith was put in. New opportunity. And you've got that collective awakening on the bottom. Strike. Is this going to force an early election? Is this, she doesn't want it. She doesn't want an early election because she knows she'll lose. Oh, what's that flipped over? What was that flipped over? That card again. Aside from the fact it's a yes card, and when I'm talking about elections, these mean votes, powerful vote. But you've got the little weasel down here, or stoat, or whatever it is. And there's that on the bottom again, something unexpected coming out of left field for Smith. Is this going to force an early election? I'm just going to say yes with that. Hard work going on behind the scenes to bring it about. This could be petitions. Not sure what it is, but this is, doing the hard yards to bring it about. And we've got here shining a light on the snake and the path that is going to bring this government to an end. Yeah, I do. I think it's going to force an early election. She doesn't want it. I mean, the next card was what was it? It was the next card was this, the Two of Pentacles. She'll do anything in her power to stop the ship coming in, stop an early election. But I think the people are so disappointed that it's going to come to fruition. Okay. Stand firm. Just know that I think this is going to be drawn out. So support your community, support your teachers, support your health workers, because this is very much of a regime versus the people moment, crossroads moment. Okay, love to you all. Take care.